Hello, students. I think you'll be watching this on Thursday. Today we're going to go over lesson 52, which is order of operations. So let's first take a look at this problem. 12 minus 5 times 2. So try to do this problem. Pause for a second. What do you get? So I worked this problem out two different ways. I took 12 minus 5 times 2. So I took 12 minus 5 was 7. 7 times 2 is then 14. But then I did it another way. I did 12 minus 5 times 2. So I took the 5 times the 2. So then I have 12 minus 10, which is then 2. So we have two different answers. Can there be two different right answers in math? No. So which one is right? And how do we know how to do our math problems? How do we get them right? So we need to pay attention to the order of operations. So this is basically an order in which we do math equations in order so we all get the right answer and the same answer. So it's consistent. So our first task is to simplify things with inclusion symbols. So that's all of these different brackets, parentheses, all over here. Okay? So you start with the innermost parentheses. So if I have, let's say, 5, in big parentheses, I have 5, and then I have another parentheses, 4 times 3, and then the 2 extra parentheses. I would first do the inner parentheses, so the 4 times 3, and then I would take that times 5. Okay, the next step is to simplify powers and roots. So that's like 10 squared, like we were working with scientific notation yesterday. We're going to simplify those. Number 3, we're going to multiply and divide in order from left to right. Whatever. And then we're going to add and subtract from left to right. Many people use the acronym thing, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that's parentheses, exponents, which is the powers and the roots. M, multiply, my. D, divide, my dear aunt. Aunt is add, S is subtract. A lot of people get this confused and get this wrong of they multiply and then they'll divide next, but really you need to do them in order from left to right. So this is the order of operations. I'm going to post this PowerPoint so you can come back and refer to this slide if you need it later. But so based on our order of operations, which question is right? Which answer is right? This one right here, 2. 2 is the correct answer because you need to multiply first. So this one's right. This one is incorrect. This one does not follow order of operations, whereas this one does. So let's try a couple problems. Okay, we have 2 plus 4 times 3 minus 4 divided by 2. So what do we need to do first? So this doesn't have any parentheses. It doesn't have any exponents. So then we're going to multiply and divide first. So I took 4 times 3, which is 12. So now I have 2 plus 12 minus 4 divided by 2. Okay, I still have more multiplication and division. So I'm going to divide my other division. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I have 2 plus 12 minus 2. Okay, so now I can just add and subtract from left to right. So first I'm going to take 2 plus 12, which is 14. So I have 14 minus 2, and then I'm going to subtract again. So 14 minus 2, as you could probably see right there, is 12. Okay, so first we multiplied and divided. And then down here, we did our addition and subtraction. Whoops. And I spelled that wrong. I'm not the best speller. That's okay. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so in this problem right here, we have to treat this division bar, this like fraction bar, as a parentheses. So we're gonna do all of the things on top first. So that would maybe be one that you're not as familiar with. So if we're doing this top part first, what's our first step? What do you see up there? I see an exponent. So we're gonna simplify that. So 3 squared is 9. So now I have 9 plus 3 times 5, all over 2. What do we need to do next? We need to multiply. So I'm going to take my 3 times 5, which is 15. So now I have 9 plus 15 over 2. Whoops. Okay. So now what? I still need to add. So 9 plus 15 is 24. So I have 24 over 2. What is 24 divided by 2? It's 12. So that's how we would do one like that. So this bar line, like for a fraction, that divides. So you're going to do the top half like it's in parentheses. And like if there would be more numbers on the bottom, you would do the bottom like it was in parentheses. So keep those separate before you try to divide. Okay, let's try one with variables. So if I have a plus ab, if a equals 3 and b equals 4. So an important thing to remember for this is that we need, as we get going in math and get going in algebra and those kind of things, the variables that we're going to be substituting in for are going to get more complicated than just a single number. So today we're just working with single numbers, but sometimes these will have other variables in them or multiple numbers and different things. So it's a good practice to put them in parentheses to avoid making errors in the long run of math. So it doesn't seem very necessary today, but it will be necessary later. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'll go outside. No, but I can cut it out. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, we are outside now because my roommate needs to use the blender. But yeah, as we progress in math, the variables are going to get more complicated than just a single number. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our little puppies in parentheses. So we're substituting in for a is 3 in parentheses plus 3 times 4, or like 3 and 4. But those two next to each other means you multiply them. Okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to multiply. So we take our 3 times our 4, which is 12. And then we can add now. So 3 plus 12 is 15, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully, I hope this gave you a thorough enough instructions. You're going to go and try the practice set for today. I didn't tell you this, but I just want you to know from now on, when we're working on practice sets, I want to make sure that you guys know what you're doing and are doing things correctly. So I'm going to hop into your math document throughout the day and try to check your work and stuff like that and catch mistakes that you're making. And I want you to correct them and resubmit. Because it doesn't do you any good to do all this practice if you're not doing it right. And I would hope that, I can't stand over your shoulder and see if you're doing it right. So this is my way of checking, are you going to get it right? Are you getting it wrong? That kind of stuff. So have a great day. Good luck on the math. If you have questions, let me know. Bye, guys.